Guys, please check your audio and video settings, please. Guys, please check your audio and video settings, please. Yesterday we discussed about what, guys? Difference between dependency lookup and dependency injection. We discussed about dependency management totally, right? Class content, Spring 614 Spring Core module, right? Yeah. 7th, guys, Spring Core. Dependency management. Dependency management. Super. Any newcomers are there? Please let me know. Any newcomers are there? Please let me know. If any newcomers are there, please watch these backup videos. Tomorrow link will change, guys. Okay, complete your formalities if you want to get a new link. Yeah, this is the admin number, guys. Second number, second person is our admin. Second person is our admin. Okay, I'll give only one number. Okay. Delete. These are my mail ID and other details to communicate with me. Done. To communicate with me, these are my details, boss. Super. Okay. In last class, what we discussed, guys? Tell me. What is dependency management, right? Dependency management. Next, what is dependency lookup? What is dependency injection? What is dependency injection? Everyone understanding my statement? What is dependency management? What is dependency lookup? What is dependency injection? Super, guys. Dependency management, brown color. Dependency lookup, brown color. Dependency injection, brown. Are you getting my point? Super. Admin will share the new videos. Please focus. Yeah, what is dependency management? It's all about keeping dependent class object ready for target class object. It's all about keeping dependent class object ready for target class object, boss. Dependent class object ready for target class object. Super. Next, what is dependency lookup, guys? What is dependency lookup? Here, target class spends time, writes logic to manually search and get a dependent class object from different resources. Here, target class will pull dependent class object from different places or not. What is lastly dependency injection? Tell me, what is dependency injection? Here, the underlying server or container or JVM or framework or runtime environment dynamically injects dependent class object to target class object. Dependent class object to target class object. Yes or no, na, boss? Okay, which is more good, guys? Dependency injection is good or dependency lookup is good? Dependency injection is good. You need not to do anything in dependency injection. If you tell what is target class, what is dependent class, everything will be taken care by. Every aspect will be taken care by. Whom guys? Every aspect will be taken care by. What is there? Underlying container or server. Underlying container or server, guys. Everyone getting my point? Super, guys. Right. Listen, guys. Spring gives support for both modes of dependency management. Dependency management. By with the support of IOC containers. Nothing but Spring containers, na boss? Yes or no, na? Nothing but IOC containers, which are also called Spring containers. Clear, my dear? Got it? Which are also called Spring containers. Super. Okay, boss. Dependency management in Spring. Boss. Okay. Yeah, how many ways are there? One is dependency lookup, one is dependency injection. Dependency lookup. Other one is what, guys? Dependency injection. Dependency injection. Everyone getting my point? Super. Okay. In dependency injection, again we have subcategories, guys. Setter injection, constructor injection, C. Field injection, D. Arbitrary method injection. Understanding my statement? Arbitrary method means any method. Arbitrary method injection. E. Setter injection, constructor injection, field injection, arbitrary method injection. Next, guys. Aware injection. There is one more injection, which is also called interface injection. F. Which is also called interface injection. What's the next one, guys? Lookup method injection. Lookup method injection. G. Method injection or method replace. Method injection or method replace. These many possibilities are there. Studying all these things is nothing but studying core module. But most of the time we always use these three injections. These three injections are very popular. These three injections are very popular. Very popular in real projects. In company level projects, these three injections will be used a lot. These three injections will be used a lot. Okay, guys. Okay, now listen carefully, boss. To do these injections or lookup operation, to perform Spring Bean lifecycle management, taking care of everything of Spring Bean, we need containers now, boss. We need containers now. So now we need to understand what are the different containers available in Spring, how to create them. We must understand them or not. We must understand it or not. Super. The Spring's IOC containers are given for two operations. A. Spring Bean Lifecycle Management. B. A. Spring Bean Lifecycle Management, guys. B. Okay, dependency management. What is next one, guys? Dependency management. One is Spring Bean Lifecycle Management, other one is dependency management. Okay. What do you mean by, guys? Taking care of all the operations of Spring Bean. All the operations of Spring Bean from birth to death. From the birth to death, guys. Right from object creation to object destruction, everything will be taken care by Spring container. Dependency management. Okay. Arranging the dependent class object to target class object. Arranging the dependent class object to target class object. Everyone getting my point there or not there? Yes. Spring IOC containers are given for two operations. Spring Bean lifecycle management. If you use Java class as Spring Bean, it will take care of loading that class, creating that object, managing that object, okay, destroying object. Everything will be taken care by boss. Dependency management means what? If you give two classes to Spring container as target and dependent classes, somehow according to the technique you want, it will arrange a dependent class object to target class object. It will make sure that dependent class object is what? Available for target class object. Super, guys. Now listen. If we give, listen everyone. Suppose I have given Flipkart and DTDC classes to Spring container as a target and dependent classes. Okay. First, lifecycle management object. Loading both classes, creating objects of both classes, managing the objects of both classes, and destroying objects of both classes will be taken care by Spring container. Okay. Next, dependency management operations. Very simple, Rababu. Making sure dependent class object, DTD's class object is available for what? Okay, Flipkart class object. It may use a dependency injection technique or dependency lookup technique. But somehow IOC container will take that responsibility, guys. Okay, what is this, guys? If we give both target and dependent classes to Spring container or IOC container. If you give both target and dependent classes to Spring container or IOC container, okay. Target and dependent classes. Like what, guys? Like Flipkart and DTDs. Flipkart, DTDs. To Spring's IOC container. Spring's container or IOC container. Then the IOC container takes care of lifecycle management. Takes care of lifecycle management and dependency management. Okay, guys. Tell me, guys, in life cycle, in Spring Bean life cycle management, what happens? Can you tell me? Management, the container creates what? Target, comma, dependent classes, objects, and manages them. Objects manages them. Okay. Destroys them if needed. If needed. Right, guys? Super. Okay. Tell me, guys, in dependency management, the container array, container keeps dependent class object ready to use for target class object. Ready to use for target class object. Super. These are the two things, boss. Okay, now listen carefully. This is, let us assume, this is my IOC container. IOC container or Spring container. Super, guys. Yeah, first, what is this? Okay, loads the target and dependent classes. Target and dependent classes. Array, why all this thing? Flipkart, comma, DTDC classes. What is Flipkart, guys? Target. Are you active, boss? Are you with me? You want I want your reply. Target, comma, dependent classes. Super, making sense? Who will do? IOC container will do. Creates the objects for both the classes. Creates the objects for both the classes. Super. Okay, tell me now what happened. Here Flipkart class object is created. Here DTDC class object is created. Here Flipkart class object is created and DTDC class object is created. Okay, this is my Flipkart object. This is my DTDC object, guys. This is my DTDC object. Okay, now assigns DTDC object to Flipkart class object now, boss. Now assigns DTDC object to Flipkart class object now, boss. Super. This assigning is called. Okay, this assigning called dependency management. Loading these classes, creating objects, managing objects, everything will be taken care by whom? And container as part of what? Life cycle management. As part of life cycle management. Everyone getting my point? Super, guys. Tell me here, what is this? Manages the objects. Manages the objects. Okay. What is this? Keeps dependent class object. DTDC. Ready to use for target class. Use for target class object. What is that? Flipkart. Ready to use for target class object. Everyone understanding my statement, guys? Okay. Yeah. Here is what, guys? If I feel this one, this one, this one. Life cycle management, na boss? Yeah, Spring Bean life cycle management. Okay, Spring Bean life cycle management, guys. Super. This comes under what, my dear? Dependency management, na boss. This comes under dependency management. Are you able to feel it or not? Yeah, all these are part of what? In Spring application, right? Okay, in Spring application, this one. Okay. Loads, target and depend. Everything is done by container. Are you noticing it? Everything is done by container. Are you noticing it? Yeah, same application using core Java. Same application using core Java. Tell me, same application using core Java. Who has to do that work, guys? Programmer should load both target and dependent classes. Yes or no, na? Who has to create? Program. Programmer should create. Programmer should create objects for target and dependent classes. Super, guys. Next. Okay, next one. Programmer should manage both target and dependent classes. Super. Next. Should manage. All the work should be done by programmer should assign. Programmer should assign or arrange dependent class object to target class object. Yeah, everything should be done by programmer here, na boss. Here, all the operations are done by container. So there is a difference between Spring program and core Java program. At the end, two objects are ready. Second object is assigned to first object. But who is doing that work? That is most important. In Spring, who is doing that work? IOC container is doing that work. In core Java setup, who is doing that work? Programmer is doing that work. Are you not feeling some abstraction from the container? Are you not feeling some support from container, which makes your life easy in application development? In real world projects, boss, hundreds of classes will be there. 100 classes will be there. Okay, if that application is developed using Spring framework, who loads hundreds of classes? Container. Who creates objects for hundreds of classes? Container. Who assigns necessary dependent object to necessary target object? Container. Who manages those objects? Container. Who destroys those objects? Container. If needed, destruction also will happen. More importantly, by asking container, whenever we want, we can get and use the objects. Because they are with container now, boss. When objects are with container, whenever we want, we can ask the container, give me those objects. Yes or no, na? Yes or no, na? Okay, see, very simple. You decided to study Spring on your own. Who has to arrange material? Yourself. Who has to read the material? Yourself. Who has to develop the application? Yourself. You have to test yourself whether you are going in a right track or not. Yourself. Everything should be done by you only, na? At the end, you should go to interview also. Okay, you joined in a faculty batch. Who will take care of arranging content? Faculty. Giving subject to your brain? Faculty. Arranging materials? Faculty. Arranging applications? Faculty. Only the thing is, you should know how to collect them, how to use them, and how to go to interview. So your 70-80% burden is reduced or not? 70-80% burden is reduced or not? So learning subject from faculty or Naresh IT kind of institute is like what, guys? Working with the Spring framework. Learning subject on your own by using different resources on your own arrangement is like what? Developing core Java. So now tell me, what is good for your life? At least when you are searching for a job, what is good for your life? Core Java style application development or Spring style application development? Spring style, because it takes less time to get the subject. Yes or no? Na? It takes less time to develop the software applications, boss. Super, guys. Faster results, effective results are there. Faster results and effective results are there, boss. Okay, boss. Tell me, guys. We can develop Spring applications in 3 approaches. We can develop Spring application in 3 approaches. Application approach. Number 1, using XML-driven configurations. What do you mean by XML-driven configuration, guys? All inputs to Spring IOC container will be given through XML file. All instructions to Spring's IOC container will be given through XML file. Will be given through XML file. Are you understanding my statement? Next, XML plus annotation driven configurations. XML plus annotation driven configurations. Super, guys. All the instructions to Spring's IOC container will be given through XML file plus annotations. Wherever XML is possible, XML. Wherever annotations are possible, annotation. First priority to annotation. Somewhere annotations are not possible. Then we go for XML or not. I'll tell one small example. Tell me, how can we configure Java class as Spring Bean using XML? Using bean tag, right? How can we configure Java class as Spring Bean using annotations? Using @component annotation. Super. I want to configure predefined class as Spring Bean. Can I open and add annotation on the top of the class? Can I open and add annotation on the top of the predefined class? No. That time we have to think about going for XML now, boss. That time we have to seriously go for going for XML or not. Time we have to seriously go for XML or not. Tell me, my dear, tell me. Can we add annotations on the source code of predefined classes? Definitely not possible, right? Definitely not possible, guys. So that time XML, right? That kind of thing. Next one, see, guys. 100% code-driven configurations. All instructions to Spring's IOC container will be given. Tell me. Will be given using annotations plus other Java statements. No XML at all. No XML at all. No XML at all. Understanding my statement? But you know what is the best in the market, guys? The best in the market is second approach. The best in the market is second approach, guys. This is best. And we are also going to spend a lot of time. Here only XML, here XML plus annotation, here 100% code-driven configuration. Some people also call this concept as Java config-driven configuration. Java config-driven configuration space. Everyone got it? Java config-driven configurations. Using XML-driven configuration, XML plus annotation-driven configurations, 100% code-driven configurations. Okay, other Java statement means Java code. You have to write Java code. Annotations also Java statement. Other than annotation, some other Java statement. You have to write Java code, guys. You have to write one or other Java code to eliminate XML completely. Okay, avoids XML here. Avoids the XML configuration. Avoids the XML configurations. Super. You got idea, boss? You got idea or not? Super. Okay, guys. Now listen. Array, to do Spring Bean lifecycle management, to do IOC container based what? Dependency management. First of all, we have to keep IOC container or not? First of all, we should have an IOC container or not? Super, guys. Tell me, in Spring is giving how many types of IOC containers, guys? How many types of Spring containers, guys? Other day I said. Anyone can tell me how many types? 2. What are those? Alexa, activate balcony central light. Okay. Number 1, Bean Factory IOC container. Number 2, application context IOC container. In Spring framework. Okay. Super. Newcomers backup videos are shared. You need to watch backup videos in order to continue in this batch. You can continue in this batch, but you have to watch backup videos. When you join late, don't come on late. When you don't join, try to be on time every day so that you can get the backup videos. So for everything I'm late means I'm helpless. Time-wise late, date-wise late means I'm helpless. Fine. I think latecomers, have you collected the videos? Have you collected my email ID? Have you collected the admin number? Can you focus on the subject now? Can you focus on the subject now? Super. Yesterday, day before, video links will be given along with the new link. Along with the new link that you will get to your email ID, you will get last 2 days backup videos also. Super. Okay. Shall we get into the subject, boss? In Spring Framework, we have 2 types of IOC containers. What do you say? 2 types of IOC container, also called as Spring container. What is the best wording, guys? Spring container wording is good. IOC container wording is good. Spring container wording is good. IOC container wording is good. Spring container wording is good. IOC container wording is good. In Spring Framework, we have 2 types of IOC containers or Spring containers. Yeah, Spring containers are very normal wording. Official wording is IOC container. Why Spring containers are called IOC containers? Can you help me? They take everything from programmer and they do multiple jobs on behalf of programmer. Inversion of control. They are taking control from programmer doing multiple things. Whether it could be lifecycle related operations or it could be dependency management operations. Okay, they are inversion of control, taking control from programmer and doing many things on behalf of programmer. That's why they are called as what? That's why they are called as what? Okay, IOC. That's why they are called as what? IOC containers. In Spring Framework, we have two types of IOC containers or Spring containers. A, Bean Factory IOC container. B, Application Context IOC container. Bean Factory IOC container, other one is what? Application Context IOC container. Okay, Bean Factory IOC container, application context container is best. And it is extension of Bean Factory container, right? Application Context IOC container is Bean Factory plus. Bean Factory IOC container plus. Everyone understanding my statement, guys? Super. Okay, guys. Tell me. Spring containers are lightweight containers. Spring IOC containers are lightweight containers. Why, sir? We don't need heavyweight servers in order to activate those containers, in order to create those containers. By just creating object for one or other ready-made class, we can say container is ready. We can say container is ready. Okay, earlier you might have heard about servlet container, JSP container, EJB container. Can we create them just like that? Can we create them in main method by having new operator? Say something, my dear. No, na boss. No, na boss. You need to install web server like Tomcat, application server like WebLogic. Then only we get heavyweight servlet JSP, EJB containers. But that headache is there in Spring, boss. That headache is there in Spring, boss. They are lightweight containers. You want container in M1 method? There is one ready-made class, guys. Or multiple ready-made class. Pick one ready-made class, create object for ready, create object, pass one or other XML file as Spring Bean configuration file. I mean to say input file. Okay, Spring container is ready, boss. Spring container is ready. That much dead easy. That means if you have a basic JDK support, you can create Spring container. But can we create servlet JSP containers or like that, boss? Can we create servlet JSP containers or like that, boss? Come on. Okay. Prakash, can you use your common sense? If you have any personal queries, can you ask me at the end of the session? Can you focus on the current topic? From last 20 minutes, you are continuously struggling how to chat with faculty. You are typing messages, but you don't have confidence that you are talking with me. Guys, when I'm explaining, listen. When I'm explaining, use your brain to listen the things, to understand the things, to analyze the thing, and to respond for my questions. Whenever you have any query on this current topic, please wait for 5 to 10 minutes before you put that question in the chat box. Use the chat box wisely, boss. If you don't know how to use chat box, okay, if you study 10 times also waste. Online classes, compared to hard work, focus is more important. If you cannot focus, you cannot take content from online classes. If you can focus, then you will enjoy it. How does it start? How does that focus starts? Number one, throw the mobile away while attending online classes. No, sir, I'm attending in the mobile itself. Keep the mobile in what? Silent mode. Silent mode. Understanding my statement? Super. Next, sit and listen the class. Don't be like a old guy laying on bed and listening class, relaxing on the chair, listening class, not going to work out. Number 3, make sure that mobile data or Wi-Fi connection is there in a stable mode. Number 4, when you listen and when you are listening class in sitting mode, make sure that your spinal cord is in 90 degrees angle. Your spinal cord is in 90 degrees angle. Then seriousness comes. See, I have a chair, boss. I can relax, right? I can relax and teach. But am I teaching like that? No, no. If I teach like this, what happens? I can type like this also. But I know that if I relax by resting my back, I cannot give my 100%. So that's why I'm trying to keep my spinal cord in 90 degrees angle so that I can be in active state, right? See, boss, everything starts with the focus. In online class, everything starts with focus. Most importantly, be active in the chat box. When I ask a question, respond. 500 plus students are there. If I don't respond, what happens? If it is offline class, since I am watching you people, you will be alert. In online classes, since no one is watching you physically, so your answers are my inputs. Based on your answers only, I can analyze whether you are following me or not. Got it, guys? So what is the success formula of online classes? Continuous focus, continuous hard work. And using chat box wisely. Super. Let's come back, guys. Okay. Servlet container, JSP container, and EasyB container, and etc. are the heavyweight containers. Heavyweight containers, because to start or activate them, we need to install and start the other heavyweight. Come on, guys. Web server software like Tomcat, or application server software like Glassfish. Okay, which uses the more CPU time and memory. CPU time means what? Processor time, Rababu. Memory means more RAM memory is required. More RAM memory is required for execution. So that's why they are heavyweight, boss. Super. Spring supplied. IOC containers are lightweight. What containers, guys? Lightweight. Because they can be created in any Java code. Or application by just creating the object for predefined class. By just creating the object for predefined class. Are you understanding my statement? Okay. Tomcat is web server up to 6 version. From 7 onwards, it's application server. Clear? So it's both versions. By just creating object for predefined class, guys. That's the beauty. That's the beauty was. Tell me now, what is there? To create bean factory container, create the object for Java class that implements bean factory interface. Got it, guys? To create bean factory container, create the object for Java class that implements bean factory container. Cool, guys? Got the point or not? Example. Okay. That implements bean factory container. Tell me. XML bean factory class implements the bean factory interface. XML bean factory class implements the bean factory interface. Have a look, guys. XML bean factory is equal to new XML bean factory of tell me, guys. Here's something you have to pass. What is this, guys? Object holding name and location of Spring Bean configuration file. Object holding the name and location of, okay, what is this? Spring Bean configuration. Nothing but XML. Got it, my dear? This much easy, boss. Are you enjoying this? Are you enjoying this? Very lightweight, na, boss? Very lightweight. Very, very lightweight, boss. Are you feeling it or not? That's why Spring applications are lightweight. Spring benefits are more, but the container who do this work is lightweight container. We must salute the Spring people, Rama. Servlet container do 3 things, but size-wise, bigger size. Come on. Spring container do 100 things, but size-wise, very small size. In fact, it's just object creation for a class. It's just an object creation for a class, right now, boss? How they are lightweight, huh? Array. Without installing any web server, without installing any application server, by just creating object for Java class, I am saying Spring container is ready. Yes or no, na, boss? By just creating object for one predefined class, Spring container is ready. Is it not lightweight, Babu? Guys, if you don't listen, please get out. I have clearly written here, Spring supplied IOC containers are lightweight because they can be created in any code or application by just creating object for predefined class of Spring API. After that, people says, how it is lightweight, sir? If you listen, if your brain is active when I'm typing this line, when I'm writing this line, when I'm explaining this line, then you will get it, right? Guys, focus is very, very important. If you are not talented, I will make you talented. But if you are not focusing, if you are not doing hard work, definitely I will scold you. Definitely I will alert you. And definitely what? I can say results cannot be positive. Because that's a basic duty you have to do, Bob. Talented person, but not doing hard work. Results may be negative. Not a talented person, regularly focusing, regularly doing hard work, consistently, dedicatedly is doing hard work. Are you understanding my statement? Okay, then what happens, guys? Then what happens? You will one day will become talented fellow, right? Okay, now tell me. This one object creation takes less memory or not? Less CPU time or not? So based on that, can I say it's a lightweight? Based on that, can I say it's a lightweight, guys? Based on that, can I say it's a lightweight, boss? This is single object creation, right? This is single object creation. Needs the less memory and less CPU. Needs the less memory and less CPU time. So we can say Spring containers are lightweight containers. I think you got one more reason. Lightweight containers. Convinced, my dear? Super. What I speak, I will try to put here so that when you read it, you will get the idea. When you read it, you will get the idea. Super, guys. What is the heading for this? Creating bean factory container. This is the heading. Super, guys. Am I understanding my point? Okay. Don't ask me what is XML bean factory. Class Babu. What it is doing? Implementing bean factory interface. So for that class, I created the object. For that class, I created the object. Super, guys. Tell me next one. Creating application context container. Application context container. Super. For this, we need to create object for a Java class. Object for a Java class that implements what, guys? Application context interface. Application context interface. Okay. Which is a subinterface of bean factory interface. Which is a subinterface of bean factory interface. Okay. Indirectly, not directly, guys. Indirect. Indirectly means somewhere in the hierarchy it is there. Somewhere in the hierarchy it is there. It is not directly implementing that. It is not directly implementing. Extending from that bean factory. But indirectly it is a sub-interface of bean factory interface. Tell me. File system. There are many classes, guys. File system XML application context is the one implementation class of application context interface. Yes, now was application context interface. So how to create this one, guys? File system XML application context CTX is equal to new file system XML application context of here what, guys? 3 dots, some dots. Here what should I pass, guys? Here factory is the bean factory container. Here CTX is the bean factory application context container na pass. Here we have to pass straight away. You have to pass the name and location of Spring Bean configuration. The name and location of Spring Bean configuration file. Nothing but a XML file. Tell me, is it not very interesting, boss? You want this container in M1 method, write this code in M1 method. You want this container in main method, write these lines in main method. You want this container in XYZ method, write this code in XYZ method. So wherever you want, in whatever application you want, you can happily create the container by just creating object for the predefined class or not. Are you understanding my statement, guys? Okay, bean factory is the super interface now, boss. It is not super interface for all interfaces. It is indirectly super interface for application context. Okay, now tell me, Is it a big challenge to create containers in Spring applications? In any Java application that is using Spring, if I want to create Spring containers, is it a big task? Is it a great task, boss? Is it a great task? Is it a big task? Are you understanding my statement, guys? It's easy until you know it's a great thing. Container, aquarium, or like a servlet container, like what? This one, like this one. Sir, you only creating object na in Spring, nothing you have to create. And first you create container, then other class objects will be taken care by container. Container creation is our responsibility. Someone is asking me one question. Sir, in Spring you said everything will be taken care by container, but container object you are creating. And Maddi fellow, if container is ready, then it will take care of other objects, na boss. Yes, no, na. If father is there, he will take care of family, right? But having father is first criteria, na? Having father is the first criteria. Same thing here. If container is ready from us, okay, then it will take care of remaining things. Yes or no, na boss? Super. In Spring, programmer should create container, and container will take care of remaining all aspects. Container will take care of remaining all aspects. Most important note point. In Spring applications, the programmers create Spring container, also called IOC container. The programmers create Spring container or IOC container. Okay. And that container takes care of. And that container takes care of. Tell me. Spring Beans lifecycle management and dependency management. Okay. So according to the diagram, who is responsible to create this outer box? Programmer. And who is responsible to load the Flipkart and DTDC classes? Programmer. Who is responsible to create objects for them? Programmer. Who is responsible to destroy those objects? Programmer, right? Who is responsible to assign DTDC object to Flipkart object? Programmer. But creating container is responsibility of whom, guys? Creating the container is the responsibility of whom, guys? Programmer. I think you got it. So that means in Spring application, everything starts with container. Everything starts with creation of container. Once container is ready, it can take care of Spring Beans lifecycle management. Once the container is ready, it can take care of what? Dependency management. It can take care of what? Dependency management. Is that clear, my dear? Got it? Super, na boss? Super. Okay, now listen. I said some statements now. Let me give practical proof, documentation proof for those statements. Statement number 1. XML Bean Factory class is implementing Bean Factory interface directly or indirectly, right? XML Bean Factory docs. This is the beauty of Google, guys. ChatGPT also nowadays. Okay. When you say class name docs, you will get API documentation support. You will get API documentation support, boss. Look at this. Look at this, guys. XML Bean Factory. XML bean factory is extending from default listable bean factory. That is extending from abstract auto-aware capable bean factory. That is extending from abstract bean factory, extending from object. But I have to prove that this class directly or indirectly implementing what? Bean factory interface, right, boss? Super. Leave it. Click on this. Is it implementing any interface? No. Click on this. Click on this, guys. Public abstract class, this one. Okay. Tell me. Abstract bean factory. Okay, let's come back. I'll give the hierarchy. Nice hierarchy I will give. See, in the list of implemented interfaces, bean factory is there. In the list of implemented interfaces, bean factory is there now, boss. Along with a lot of other interfaces. Along with a lot of other interfaces, bean factory is there. But is this class directly implementing bean factory interface? No. XML bean factory is extending from what? Default listable bean factory. Super. That default listable bean factory is what? Implementing what? Configurable listable bean factory. This configurable listable bean factory is extending from what? Listable bean factory. This listable bean factory is extending from what? Bean factory interface. So it's implementing indirectly only now, boss. Is it implementing directly or indirectly? Indirectly. So can I give the hierarchy nicely, boss? 1 minute. I will give the hierarchy. First of all, I will give classes level hierarchy. This is classes level hierarchy. XML bean factory class hierarchy. XML bean factory class hierarchy. Super. Paste, boss. Paste. Now have a small look, guys. Yeah, this default listable one is extending from what interface, guys? Extending from bit heavy, boss. First of all, tell me, class can extend from a class. Interface can extend from an interface. First, tell me, do you know these core Java facts? Yeah, extending from what? Configurable listable bean factory. That is extending from what? Listable bean factory. That is extending from bean factory interface. So first one is what? Configurable listable bean factory. Configurable listable bean factory. Next, other one is what? Listable bean factory. Next one is what? Bean factory. Yes, please. Here is yes, guys. Here is yes. Another yes. What it was? What is the relationship, guys? Extends. Here is what? Extends. Here is also extends. Here is my improvements. Class implements interface na, boss. Class implements interface or not. Hope you got it. Super. Okay, similarly, file system XML application context class hierarchy I should give now. File system XML application context class hierarchy. I'm just, if you don't know hierarchy also fine and good, guys. But if you know, you will get some confidence, nothing else. Because tomorrow when you open document, you should not say, SAR said that XML Bean Factory implements what? Bean Factory interface, but it is not implementing. Not implementing directly, implementing indirectly. Same story here also. That means there are so many classes implementing Bean Factory interface, application context interface. We are trying to use some best class. We are trying to use in the best class of the hierarchy, right, boss? We are trying to use the best class of the hierarchy, nothing else. File system XML application context docs. File system XML application context docs. This is the class hierarchy. In the list of interfaces, there is a application context here. Check it out. Not there. Bean Factory is there, but why application context is not there? This should be there, should be there. Where? Here is there. Here is there now, boss. Application context. Application context extending from what? Listable Bean Factory. Listable Bean Factory is extending from Bean Factory. So indirectly, application context interface also extending from Bean Factory interface now. That's why application context container is always extension of what, guys? Always extension of Bean Factory container or not? Again indirectly, not directly, again indirectly. I keep on saying that. Super. What is the order? What is the? Okay, here is application context, listable Bean Factory, then this. Listable Bean Factory, then this. Tell me here what is there? Application context to interface. Next, listable Bean Factory interface. Next, listable Bean Factory interfaces. Now tell me, next Bean Factory interface. Right? Okay. A is equal to B is equal to C. Can we say A is equal to C? Same thing. What is the relationship, guys? Extends. What is the relationship, guys? Extends. What is the relationship, guys? Class implements interfaces. I hope everyone knows this basic core Java statements. Okay. Then let's summarize what we learned today. Let us summarize what we learned today. Okay. Today we understood different types of dependency management that Spring supports. Lookup support, management, injection support. In the injection, again, 7 types are there. To do all these things, first of all, we need what? Spring containers. Then we discussed about 2 types of containers and how to create them. We have discussed. Okay. And why they are lightweight containers, we discussed. Why they are lightweight containers also we discussed. Tell me, what are the 2 containers that Spring is having, boss? What are the 2 containers that Spring is having, boss? Okay, guys. Bean Factory application, which is good in the industry? Application context container is industries. Okay. Can we create Spring container by just using new operator? Yes. Creation of Spring container in Spring application is my responsibility or Spring responsibility? Using new operator, we should create, guys. Got it? Okay. Tomorrow link will change. Contact the admin. Contact the admin. Okay, Syed. Today you remember application context is having more feature compared to Bean Factory. One is basic container, one is advanced container. Okay, how to download? Super. How to download notes from Facebook? Beside the notes, 3 dots will be there. Their download option is available. Super. Okay. Yesterday, day before yesterday, backup videos will be sent along with your Zoom link, new Zoom link in the mail. Thank you. Super. Once Google Classroom is created, I will share with you. Google Classroom details will be shared along with the new link. Yes or no, boss? TM ready, you mail me. I will reply in the mail. ChatGPT is another search engine which simplifies finding the searching options. Yeah. Sudhir Raja, Spring architecture will not be there. Spring MVC architecture will be there. And we will study that. Okay. We will study that. Yeah, today's notes will be shared in the Facebook only. Right. Thank you, guys. Have a nice time.